Okay, hey everybody, if you're watching this video, this is because it's for my 100th subscriber celebration. I know 100 subscribers now these days doesn't mean jack diddly squat in the world of YouTube, but I've always made this a promise to a lot of my viewers, the people that watch my videos. It's like, hey, if I hit 100 subscribers, I will go to my very first couple of shorts I made. These were written and directed by me. They're both titled Into the Eyes of Madness. We're watching part 1 and 2. Danny's here with me today.
Hi.
And we're going to go over and sort of just talk about these shorts and whatnot. So let's get started. So yeah, here it goes. The fun part about this, when I was shooting this scene, this was me actually leaving from Alamo to home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this was like the last shot, but the opening shot. I feel kind bad because when I watched the quality and stuff, like, the camera was good. Don't get me wrong, the camera was good, but my video editing footage software was just god-awful. You can see it, sort of. I'm hoping once I process this through the newer studio that I have,
yeah,
it'll look a lot better, but god, like, collars stick out real bad.
It's like elongated in some way, too.
Well, for the longest time when I did shorts and stuff or anything like that back in the day, I had this like free software that you could find, and like it works, yeah, but like if you don't know how to really like temper your pictures just right, it ruins HD really bad.
Yeah.
Like this was all shot in HD, but for some reason it just didn't work out. Oh god, I remember this scene.
So,
For real.
the acting.
For God's sake, it's probably a.
It was actually kind of halfway decent.
It was okay.
You know, I mean, Travis put in some effort. Like, I mean, like when I wrote this script, I even told him, I go, I had you guys in mind, just act as you are, and this is actually how they are.
Yeah.
Like Travis actually does talk like that, and B
Yeah,
does.
that is how they are.
It's a natural
people,
thing.
yeah.
It's just I feel like I put maybe a little.
She
bit...
actually looks really pretty in this movie, though. She looks pretty in this movie.
Right.
Like her hair looks nice.
All right.
I don't know.
Some of these angles are my favorite. They're just like the wacky angles. I love them. I like angles in a movie that give different perspectives.
Yeah.
I felt, oh yeah, this was funny. This was actually the funny part. My camera kept picking up the sound of droplets hitting on a piece of tarp behind here. So you hear this tap, 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 tap throughout the whole movie. So yeah, this is a fun fact. When we shot this movie, it rained. So like all the stuff that was inside was shot first, and then everything was outside after the rain.
Oh, you had to wait.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of neat.
This is my favorite part. I mean, I do gotta admit, it was pretty fun shooting this, but the rain part did suck. This happened in like July-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe it was April or July we shot. This is like spring.
April or July. That's
Somewhere.
like a 4-month period.
Well, it's been 5 years since we shot this. All I know is it was like springtime, everything was out. It might have been before July. Oh god, this is my favorite part. So there was going to be a lot more to this effect, but it didn't work out. If you actually look,
That is you.
yeah, that is me. That is 23-year-old Sam.
Still not.
Okay. But this effect was done. The funny part was I was stabbing the ground. Which wasn't really bad because we had Sierra doing the camera work in this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's the one doing it?
Yeah, oh yeah. She took photography and 4-H and stuff, so it's like, you know, it's like I knew that she knew how to handle the camera.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she did good with her camera work.
This is the funny part. She's trying to call. Like, I always love references to how like cell phones and phones are like always the most useless thing in the whole entire world.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. The fun part of sound effects was just like trying to line that up just right.
What?
Because that's not even a cell phone going off. The cell phone.
Oh really? It's
Yeah.
not?
Yeah, the cell phone didn't go off. We just kind of just did this pause thing, and then she just grabs it
It's
in the post editing. Now the real reason why I shot this movie in the first place was because the masks that you see my character wearing, I was selling them on eBay. This was like when my props and stuff was starting to go off.
Oh really?
Yeah, this was like my, I would say my...
So did you make this in order to sell your
Yeah,
masks?
it's kind of like an advertisement kind of deal.
Oh.
The idea was I'd make a mask and make a short.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. I like that idea.
One thing that always like, you know, like really got me like laughing was just like, people are like, well, how did the killer know how to use the cell phone? And I'm like, well, I go, it was going to be established that Travis had a cheaper phone, so it wasn't like, you know, press numbers and shit.
Yeah.
But like, I'm like, this is a horror movie. Why do I have to explain how a cell phone's being used?
I know. Well, not to mention.
Now here's the part where B's a trooper. She's a trooper.
Is that chocolate syrup?
It's fake blood, but yeah, it does have chocolate syrup in it. Yeah,
Does it?
Yeah, when I used to make fake blood, I used to do just like red and blue food coloring dye, but then like I started adding chocolate syrup to certain ones, and I'm like, damn, that actually makes it thicker.
My blood looks more like a brown than a red. Like it's a.
That was funny.
deep
That shot
red.
right there. She was worried about actually hitting me in the nads, and I'm like, don't worry, I got
It's
this.
okay, dude. We're good.
And then here's the show. We had a couple of takes, and this is the only one I could like salvage. I was like,
I
eh.
think she did okay there.
Well, that was sped up.
Oh, okay.
Cause she was not. I'm like, you can hit me in the head. It's not gonna be hurt me.
Yeah, that you pointed out that I was
Yeah.
sped up, I could tell a little bit that it was.
And there's me wearing the second mask. The idea was to advertise these things.
Wait, that's a different mask from the
Mhm.
one you were wearing?
Yeah, look at it. They changed out the
Go back.
movie. You'll see it here soon when I'm up close. This is my favorite effect.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can see Destiny in the background. Yeah, that one has the eye missing out of it.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Bad part about shooting in a human seed with prosthetics is if your person is very, how do I say, very perspirant, the prosthetic slides. So if you actually look at her when I'm holding it, the prosthetic actually was starting to slide, and I was just like, that's why I kind of like shoved her down real quick. To,
I
like,
did see that a little bit.
there's the third mask. So alrighty, so
Oh, this is pretty good though.
yeah, I mean, like, I felt like this one was actually pretty good. It did, you know, it only lasted for 9 minutes, but like I said, it was supposed to be a short.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be short.
But yeah, here's some like photos. There's me putting on the blood tube, so when I slit B's neck, she can.
Okay, that's kind of.
And then there's us going over and talking. I had Travis do some photos. And really, honestly, like what made me believe that, you know, his phone would have been easiest, because that's his phone. That's his phone quality right there. When we took those pictures, they were
Yeah.
not the world's best. So there's everybody sort of doing their poses. I had a blast, because like this has been kind of a family thing we kind of done over the years, because like when I was younger I was always into making films,
Yeah.
and this was one of them. Like this was like the last one we all did together, but it was still fun. I mean, we shot this, it was raining, there's B, and like, oh my god, I kind of felt really bad for her, because like after the math, like the people that got covered in blood, if it wasn't fake blood, like the Halloween store kind, but if it was like more or less the cornstarch kind, it was just god awful.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so now we're getting into the
I like this.
second one. This was when I was thinking I could make movies. Like I was still up into it, thinking, you know, I can still try to make a movie.
Yeah.
This one is a lot longer. this is me trying to give credit so I can cover my butt. So copyright. This is like when copywriting was like such a big thing. Like if you had a simple song or anything. So yeah, if you see the missing posters, there's actually a funny story with that. When I asked all my friends on Facebook, which anybody who sees this video and sees themselves in it knows that. I was like, yeah, send me a picture. I need to make missing person posters. And they're like, okay. And the funny part is when you see the, like, you can't really see them on all of them, but they'll be like, you know, last seen doing this or something like that.
Was that the last time you saw them?
Yeah, well, no, it was, I told them, I'm like, I go make something up. Just like,
Oh.
where would be the last place you'd probably be seen? And like, some of them had some long ones and stuff, and some of them had some silly ones, like, last one was seen using the bathroom. Like, there was like little jokes, yeah. And then the funny part is with seeing it, my buddy Mike was on there. His was last seen at KFC. And that was actually the funny part behind that story was the last time I actually got to see him was at KFC. I mean, yeah. So like another thing is this intro kind of. I don't know. I was watching Are You Afraid of the Dark, and like I thought of the intro, so I was like, you know, I really like that intro. I'm gonna go with that kind of intro.
Yeah.
Without the stupid paint everything blue look, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm just sort of showing off the scenes, like where everything's going at. Kind of give. I wanted to give people a vibe of what was going on.
So did you leave these up all around town?
No, I tore them down.
Oh,
as I
you
showed.
did?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like the most weird thing. I was like, Mitch, my buddy Mitch lived in, he lived in Waveland at the time. And when I was sitting there, I parked my car at his house, and I was just sitting there walking around Waveland, find these random telephone poles or something to take these signs. So the guy you see right there, that's Justin. And if you look at the phone, that's actually me calling Mitch.
Oh my gosh, when was this made? Look at that phone.
Oh man, it's been a while. Maybe 3 years. But yeah, this, I really do not care for this scene. Like, I like it, but I hate the fact that when we shot this was like in September. And so, like, it was really loud with the cicadas and shit. And, like, I felt bad, and I was not wanting to rush it, but, like, I wouldn't been able to see Justin, like, to shoot his scene for, like, almost 6 months, because he's had, like, leg surgery or something on him done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so, like, you'll see a lot of his scenes, he's, like, he'll limp. Yeah, that's before his surgery happened. And this is when I had a Windows Studio Platinum Video 13. This is when I first had this one. This was a fun scene. This was like 3 o'clock in the morning when we started shooting this scene. And there's Mitch. Mitch was a real player for this game, like this movie. Like, he was up for it. We had fun shooting it.
Somebody's out there, you better quit fucking around.
The funny part is, like, I laugh because, like, a lot of people that come into my movies, they're just like, how should I act? I'm like, act yourself.
They did a good job acting in this movie. I actually think that you would have benefited from having him in it more.
Oh god.
He was a good actor.
This is my favorite part of the fight scene. Like, we were tired and just laughing at each other. You can see, like, we're trying not to laugh because we're looking at each other straight in the eyes and just wanting to laugh. This is my favorite part. I actually got stuck in the arm with a nail. There was a nail sticking out. And I actually, like, when he pushed me up there, I actually had a little puncture mark. And then this part he hated. Mitch learned that I can actually take a hit. He was like not wanting to hit me, like, cause that baseball bat you see isn't metal.
Yeah.
It's plastic, just painted to look metal. And so, like, yeah, Mitch was kind of like, oh, I don't really hit
That was a good idea to get out of it. plastic one and paint it.
Yeah. Then there's the fake guts.
What do you use for the gut?
Sausage casings, flour, water, and some gray paint. And I just filled it all up and made it like that. Well, because I always hate it, like when I go for my effects, I always hate it when like people use like, they make the fake guts and it's like I don't know, they just look like toilet paper rolled up in fake blood.
Yeah.
When they don't,
Yeah.
because like people don't realize is like organs like that, they're really gelatin-like.
Yeah.
And really honestly, with some sausage casings, I'm pretty sure sometimes they use intestines of animals to make them too.
I thought that's what they were made out of.
It's like stretched out, thinned out, like sort of tanned like.
Yeah.
So here comes two new actors, Aaron and Mary. And I know this is one
I
thing.
remember those
Yeah.
two. Yeah. Kind of a downfall.
Well, when you're on a no budget, yeah, you got no budget. You know?
No, I know. That wasn't a criticism, you know.
Well, no, I mean, it's like, yeah, I'll admit it, the acting's a little fast-paced and rushed at times, but then it's like, you know, this is what you get. And then there's the whole, a few comments I had to get rid of was like how everybody's smoking in this, and I'm just like, well, I'm sorry, I told them to be themselves, and when they hang out, if they want to smoke, go for it. I just let them know, it's like, you know, you're going to be on camera.
Is the smoking really less concerning than the violence?
I feel like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's not like this is a show for
But we're getting
young
to an important
children.
part that I felt like got really screwed over. And this was the scene where Justin was talking about Sam, which really honestly, when I made this movie, I just didn't know how to really say it, but like I didn't know how to put it. Because it's just like, this was after my dad passed away and I was dealing with some depression. But it was kind of like me just saying, you know, a what if scenario.
Yeah.
Into this, but I mean, like, I don't know, it's just like, this is something I was enjoying and I was trying to give it a good story, so I always felt like I did put some of my emotions into this movie, and I always felt like that scene right there where, like, you know, one guy's all like, well, where's Sam? And then the other person like, well, actually this is what happened to Sam, and he mentions after both his parents had died, you know, he kind of went off the deep end.
Yeah.
Which I would never do that. It was just, I felt like it gave a good vibe to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to think of a good story, but I will admit, like, some of my emotions probably did go into this, but I was also trying to think of a really good story that's like a reason why. And plus, everybody after the first one wanted to know if there was a second, and I was just like, I didn't plan on doing this. So yeah, as you can see, Justin sort of has a limp. There's me. This is like one of my favorite parts though, because like we didn't know really how to explain how to choreograph to Justin that much. It's like, this is what's gonna happen, you know, and there you go. Kind of the setup.
So
Well, I just sort of thought this. It's like I wanted to have a fight scene, but I was just like, why? You know, he's here. Like, you know, I feel like if a killer's here to kill, you know, he doesn't need to fucking stand around and play stupid ass games with the person, you know?
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't going to be like some type of like, you know, Scream or Friday the 13th kind of like rip off. It was kind of going to be like, it was trying to be its own thing. But there's a better, much better throat slit prosthetic. I gotta admit, I got better with my work. But after a while, like even in that, like way back in like 2014, I was always doing like makeup effects and stuff for people.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's what made it a lot easier to, you know, practice and then try to put it into film. Ah, here's the scene I hate the most. So, long story short, there was going to be a scene with a particular person coming in to find Mitch's actor, and then there was going to be a guy for Justin's actor, to discover the bodies and report it. But unfortunately, the person I was gonna have dropped out last minute, so we had to scrap it, and we had to go with this really god-awful montage of me and my mother trying to play as...
I thought you guys did okay.
Yeah, but I just felt like for a narrative reason, this just didn't work out the best. Could have been better. But yeah, what you hear is like there's one part where I'm a landlord. I play as the landlord to Mitch's property, and I find his body. Then the next ambulance part is me playing as the cop and Mom playing as a neighbor to Justin. So it's like that's how we kind of like filled the gap up through this one.
I didn't think it was bad. I thought you guys
Then don't go in and touch anything. Okay.
I mean, I kind of felt bad because like I had to really work hard on like blurring out all these license plates. Like you can't really read them, so I had to blur them out. Yeah, because I was driving around, and what sucked was I was gonna go one way to down this dirt path and stuff, but what really sucked was I had a tractor in front of me the whole entire time, so I just kept recording and just drove through town.
I like the shots from the road.
Oh, I do too. I always felt like if you're gonna do a scene where somebody's driving, sort of like put in front of the car, let everybody see it.
Yeah.
I always hate those stupid scenes where it's like 3 seconds of a car just going around a curve.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we get it, it's a car, but why don't you like show some of like the up front, what it looks like, you know, from the driver's side.
Yeah.
It's always funny because you can tell when I hit my brakes a little bit, the camera will jerk a little. I mean, all it was my camera literally taped to my dash. And there's a picture done by Emily. She's a big part of my channel. She is the one that designed my cover art and my thumbnail for my YouTube channel. But she was like, I just told her, I'm like, can you give me like a really neat looking like sketch like setup?
Where is that at?
What?
Yeah.
Right by the Burger King.
Oh, okay. I guess that's why that's...
Yeah, this is like, yeah, that's that turn and stuff I go down when we driving down the road. I mean, that's about it. And like, I just don't really care for this scene.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I mean, it's not a bad, it's not a bad scene. It makes sense, but it's like I don't really care for this kind of narrative that goes this long.
All right. Well,
The boat's in calling, yeah, they're real quick, you know.
please stay in your house.
4 months had passed. I mean, I don't know. It was just like this scene right here is actually the front house. Behind it is actually where Justin would have died. And here's Aaron's lines. And you can tell this is where like they started, like we were getting towards the end. This is the part where they were like, okay, I'm kind of getting done with it. I'll admit it, shooting these next scenes from the here out was the struggle. You can tell what, yeah, when you hear the lines and stuff, Fred, you can tell that it kind of just died off a little bit.
Sure, we can.
But that's the problem when you have a no-budget film. I mean, literally most of the time with like them, I was just like, you guys want to go out and I'll get you guys something to eat or something, you know? Yeah, I offered them like, I'll get you food, or if you want money, just let me know. It's like, I know this is kind of like something y'all wouldn't probably be wanting to do anyways, but I mean, like, you know, you're helping me and I want to show my appreciation. And, I mean, I know Mary accepted. I think I ended up giving like Mary money, but Aaron declined. But it's just like, okay, you know, when you put the out, you know, when it's out on the table, if you accept it, you accept it. And there's the lovely Buick.
Your car sale?
Yeah, that's my Buick. My Buick makes...
It's got so much less stickers on it.
Yeah. Nope, there's another retake from the driving scene from earlier. Reused
I
footage.
see that. I can tell. I recognize that. Except that it was black and white before.
So now we're at the gas station scene. This is kind of fun because, like, I was wanting to shoot this, but I didn't want a ton of people there because, I don't know, I felt like if I shoot this scene, there's people there, someone's going to be stupid about it.
They're always stupid.
This scene took about 4 or 5 shots. And if you hear Mary laughing, she's like trying to not her hardest not to mess up. I mean, I don't know. It's like I don't really like, you know, it's like the quality of the acting I don't judge as harsh because it's like when you're working with no budget, that's it, you know. So this was my favorite scene shooting of all time. I had my tripod through my sunroof, clamped my camera down and taped it. You know, I made sure this thing wasn't going to go anywhere, and I just started driving. Like I said, I love the angles. I love the different, you know, viewpoints and whatnot.
Yeah, I like this way of doing it. Usually the camera focuses on the people driving.
Yeah.
This focuses more on the driving side.
I could literally turn this little short into a drinking game. Like, take a shot every time you see my Buick. It's in view. Because there's a lot of shots. There's a ton of shots where you actually will see my Buick more than once. Hey, that Buick's a good car. It still runs. This location was actually fun to shoot at. This was the location, it's out by my good friend Robert Melvin's house. And it was fun getting to shoot there because I was wanting this kind of like abandoned looking place and whatnot. And this is kind of what we found. And it really does with the woods and stuff. If you actually go to the right just a little bit, there's a road right there.
So this is out by Robert Melvin's house?
Yeah. He's like 2 minutes away. Like you just drive down the road 2 minutes and he's right down there.
Yeah.
We shot this because this is a location not near it, but it's where he hunts, and like when I'm walking through it, I love it. It gives you that Blair Witch kind of feel, like after you get really deep into it. And they're not really even like, they're really honestly like about like 30 feet away from the road when we're shooting these. And this path and the path they took does not add up. It does not line up. There's no straight path. Really, the path they walked was a big old circle that goes right to the back of the house. And all we did was go to the back, the left side of the house, walk down the field, and I'm like, okay, start walking. So here's a nice little scene of the house. And I realized there was a window there, so I was like, oh, I better cock my camera at a different angle so I don't get caught. Which you'll see that sometimes in my car, in some of my videos where you'll see me off cam with the camera. But it's real quick, so it's like nothing really subtle.
Yeah, I haven't noticed that.
So I made a joke, it's called, what is this, your makeout point? It's like, you know, so 1930s. This was the funny part is, me and Aaron could not get up on that porch, but Mary could because the porch is like really old. And we were kind of worried about breaking through it.
So you were scared to get on?
Yeah, we were all scared, like like doing shots and stuff. We were scared. Like there's a corner that you could sit on that was fine, but like standing on a thing, I wouldn't recommend it.
That's funny.
Oh, here's a nice little shot.
That's a pretty little fun.
Alright. So here's another shot that would have had a scene to it, but we didn't get the person. Another dropout. Aaron's gonna put his hand on there, wipe his head, realize there's blood. There's gonna be a scene with a guy where he was going to be there first and then get killed by Sam, but that didn't happen. So here's a real quick shot of some effects. Boom. Mary's face got ripped off, it looks like, or something. That was done with liquid latex, fake blood, and cotton balls. Like, if you look at it from a long period
Sam, would you hug me if my face got ripped off like that?
But, if your face got deformed, yeah, I'd still hug you.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay. But yeah, here's another scene. Yeah, there's the corner that you could actually stand on.
Yeah. That's kind of scary, I think. I mean, I know it's you, but it's so scary.
Alright. This fight scene was kind of winging it. Just shot for shot, just kind of like, you know, going with it. Man. I actually did get hit in the ribs because I just said, you know what, screw it, I can take a punch and I'll just do it. So it's like, yeah, like most of these shots,
I
like,
feel like it's a little slow. For me. That's just me.
I actually hit my fist on that tree.
Yeah.
Well, it was slow paced, but you gotta think, me and Aaron are two tall, big guys, so it's like, it's gonna be slow. It's like, it's gonna be like two bulls fighting. That's kind of how we set it up. And I didn't want to get, I don't know, it's just like I see like in a fight scene, it's like, you know, yeah, I think, you know, Aaron would have went for the kill himself, you know. His girlfriend just got killed, his rage is up, he's not going to be thinking about it.
Well, of course he'd tell you. You were trying to tell him.
Well, yeah.
Thanks for the pics.
Missing poster pics. So yeah, just sort of, when I did the ending, I was just like, you know, just give it a little, like, narrative. So it's like, here is everybody that donated. You're gonna see them in quick flashes. I was just wanting to, like, you know, go through, you know, it was always a big thank you when everybody did this for me because it meant a lot.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to go through and just take random people's pictures and then just use them and then get in trouble. That's why you ask for volunteers. There's Aaron doing all his parts. Like Mary and them, like I really think, because they like, you know, not only did they act, they also operated cameras or any of the effects we needed. So it was like, it wasn't like they didn't help out as much. They did a lot, you know, they did a lot. Now we're just kind of going through the locations. Mitch's house, Aaron Creek's house, like everybody that helped out got thank you. But yeah, I just want to say thank you all for watching this. And here's the surprise ending where Sam kills Aaron. Yeah. I wanted like a jump surprise for everybody to be like, you know, freak out about.
And you're still alive.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for watching and thank you all for staying with me. It's been a wonderful 5 years and I'm glad that we finally hit 100 subscribers. I hope there's more time to come with that, you know. And here pretty soon I'll have another video out explaining about a future project that I'm working on. But until then, have a nice day.